Welcome back to Steins Gate. Last time we had to make a pretty big decision, and I still don't know whether or not I made a huge mistake. Because I chose to send a D-mail to Suzuha so that she... Well, no, not to Suzuha, to Okarin, so that he wouldn't stop Suzuha from leaving, and she would time travel back to 1975 before the thunderstorm, and before a lot of the bonding we had with her. Yeah, which obviously changed some things. We don't know how much because we no longer have the divergence meter, but it's 9 PM and Moeka has not shown up to kill Mayuri yet, so fingers crossed it's worked out. So yeah, let's see how the rest of this evening goes. Let's go. The train lines running through Akihabara are operating normally. There's no bomb scare and no sign of Moeka or her men. Kurisu's taking the Sobu line to the next station, Ochanomizu, while Daru's going the opposite way to Shinkoiwa. Mayuri and I are taking the Yamanote line to Ikebukuro, so we part at the station's ticket gate. There are surprisingly few passengers on the train. I guess most of the salarymen are off for the Obon holiday. Mayuri is playing a handheld game, the Reinet Kakeru action RPG. On the screen, her character is battling a gigantic Upa. I stand beside her and gaze at her profile, lost in thought. It's the night of the 13th, and Mayuri's still alive. How many times have I watched her die? How many times have I tasted that despair? No matter what I did, no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't save this ditzy childhood friend of mine from death. She died again and again right before my eyes. But now she's alive, standing beside me, playing a game. This is why I sacrificed our memories with Suzuha. It was the only way. I'm sorry, Suzuha. And thank you. Suzuha no longer exists in this time, but I hope my feelings will reach her all the same. Actually, come to think of it, why can't I tell her in person? Where in Akiba could the 54-year-old Suzuha be? I'll try asking Tenoji tomorrow. He probably knows Suzuha on this world line too. I wonder if Suzuha remembers me. Hey, Okarin? Mayuri suddenly lifts her head. She looks at me hesitantly. Her cheeks are slightly pink. What? Come on, Okarin! Mayushi gets nervous when you stare at her like that.
Game over.
Did I make you get a game over? Yeah. Sorry about that. I apologize, but keep looking at her. Instead of starting a new game, Mayuri looks at me with concern. Something different about you today, Okarin. Really? Yeah, what's wrong? I remind myself that Mayuri is more perceptive than she seems. She proved that when she figured out that Daru was Suzuha's father. I don't want to worry her too much. I want Mayuri to smile her usual ditzy smile without a care in the world. After all, it's over now. She's safe. Maybe wait till it's the 14th. Nothing's wrong. And I wasn't looking at you just now. I was devising new ways to bring chaos to the world. Mwahaha! Always putting on the mad scientist act again. Really? You seem kind of tired. A mad scientist is never tired. The mighty grey cells of my 170 IQ brain are always performing calculations day and night.
でもね、たまにはボケーって休むことも必要なんだよ。そのことをね、忘れないでね、オカリン。
Oh, but you should still take a break every now and then. Please, Okarin? For me. Having said that, Mayuri returns to her game. I feel cold stares all around me, but I don't care at all. Mayuri is here with me, doing everyday Mayuri things. Ordinary things. Everything is going back to normal. Yesterday was my first time home in a while, so I slept like a log in my comfortable bed. It could be because of my mental exhaustion, but that was my best night's sleep in a while. Before heading up to the lab, I stop and stare at the Braun Tube workshop. The familiar mountain bike is gone. Suzuha liked it so much, she insisted on bringing it with her to 1975. And now, mountain bikes like that have been, you know, that style since 1975. I don't know how that would change the past. Or how much bikes have changed. Maybe they haven't really changed in 30 years. The workshop door opens, and out comes Mr. Braun, rubbing his eyes sleepily.
Oh, Okabe. おめえずいぶん暇そうだな。うちでバイトしねえか。今なら特別に月給ブラウン管1台で雇ってやる。
Okabe, you've got free time. How about a job? As a special offer, I'll hire you for 1 CRT a month. 1 CRT a month? So for 1 month's work, I'd get an old television. Hell no.
鈴葉はいつ頃辞めたんでしたっけ？
When did Suzuha quit again?
鈴葉？誰だそいつは。
Suzuha? Who the hell's that? Okay, maybe things have changed more than Okarin thought. What? Was her existence erased completely? That's impossible.
10日ばかりで辞めてくようなゆとりバイトの名前なんざとっくに忘れちまったぜ。
I ain't got time to remember the name of some lazy part-timer who quit after just 10 days.
俺紛らわしい言い方を。
Damn you and your misleading words. So Suzuha did work here. That fact. The evidence of Suzuha's sojourn in 2010 still remains on this world line.
せっかく俺が楽でいると思ったのによ。だから嫌なんだ。最近の若いのは根性なしもいいところだぜ。
And I thought I finally had some help for a change. That's what I hate about you damn kids. No dedication.
どうせ面接の時に言ってたブラウン管が好きってのも嘘だったんだろうよ。まんまと騙されちまった。
I bet she lied about liking CRTs, too. Got me good. Noji shrugs his shoulders, annoyed. Naturally, he doesn't know about Suzuha's true identity.
橋田鈴という人を知っていますか？
Does the name Hashida Suzu ring a bell? Why would she use Suzu? That name's not going to be right, though, because Hashida's Daru's last name, right? Which means that in this case, because she left before they could figure it out, she doesn't know that Daru's her dad. So why would she use that surname? At this, Tanoji's eyes go wide.
難しい名前だな。おめえ、知り合いだったのか？
Haven't heard that name in a long time. You knew her? How did she go with that name? Knew her?
その人は今は
So now she's...
もうかれこれ10年になるか。
It's been 10 years already, huh? Oh. 10 years? 10 years since what? No. I don't want to know the answer. Tanoji has a faraway look in his eyes, as if he's gazing into the past.
あの人には随分世話になった。
He really helped me out. Why are you talking about her in past tense?
天涯孤独だったらしくてな。せめて俺が見とってやりたかったんだが。
She didn't have any relatives, not that I knew of. I wish I could have been with her at the end. At the end? There's only one thing that can mean. Even though the world line changed, Suzuha didn't survive to the year 2010.
でもまあ、こう言っちゃなんだが、死に顔は穏やかだったよ。
Tell you the truth, though, she looked peaceful when I found her.
穏やか。自殺じゃないのか。
Peaceful? She didn't commit suicide?
自殺？お前それ誰から吹き込まれたんだよ。すずさんは病気で亡くなったんだ。根も葉もねえ話を信じてんじゃねえ。
Suicide? Who the hell told you that? Suzu-san was sick. Don't believe any old thing you hear. She was sick. Sickness killed her? I shouldn't feel good about that. But I guess you could say it's better than what happened before the world line changed. That's what I tell myself anyway.
で、おめえとすずさんはどういう知り合いだったんだ？
So, how did you know Suzu-san?
昔俺も世話になったんです。もう一度会いたいって思っていたのに。
She helped me out too, a long time ago. I was hoping to see her again.
そうか。
Yeah?
あの人が住んでた家は今俺が使ってんだ。位牌もそこにある。なんなら手を合わせに来るか。
I'm living in her old house now. Want to come pay your respects at the altar? I nod without a moment's hesitation. Ooh, we've never been to his house. Noji closes up shop and we head off towards his house. From Chuodori, we head towards the station. I scan the Akiba scenery as we walk. Moe stores are still nowhere to be found on this world line. After a little hesitation, I look up at Radi Khan. There should still be a hole, yes. It's gone. Satellite has vanished. All that's left is the hole it made when it arrived in this time.
例の人工衛星いつ消えたんでしたっけ？
When did the satellite disappear?
ああ、5日前ぐらいじゃなかったか。世の中奇妙なことが起きるもんだな。
About 5 days ago. You never know what's gonna happen, huh? Which means Suzuha left before it rained. Like Tenoji said, his house is closer than expected. We take the train to the next station, Okuchimachi, and then walk for about 5 minutes to a quiet residential area. This old one-story house is where Suzuha once lived. Oh, there's a bike! I walk up to the front of the house, and there I see a familiar sight. Suzuha's bicycle. For a moment I can see her there, squatting beside the bicycle. But the mountain bike Suzuha rode to the Braun Tube workshop was shiny and new. Now it's old and covered in rust.
その自転車はすずさんがすっげえ大事にしてたんだよ。
Dan loved that old thing.
晩年は自分で乗ることはなかったけどな。それでも週に一度はフレームを磨いてた。
Even when she couldn't ride it anymore, she'd still polish it every week.
処分することもできなくて、結局10年もそこに置いたままだ。俺もできるだけ整備はしてるんだが、さすがに錆が目立ってきてるな。
It's been sitting there for 10 years. Couldn't throw it away. I've maintained it best I could, but I guess nothing lasts forever. I gently put my hand on the seat. It's warm from sitting out in the sun. I suppose that, for the few days Suzuha was in Akiba, this bicycle existed in 2 places at the same time. The house isn't as messy inside as I expected, considering the state of the Braun Tube workshop. I guess that chipmunk keeps the place clean. Ugh. A wave of nausea hits me as I recall what Nai did at Ochanomizu Station. But I tell myself that was just an accident. Besides, that incident has already been undone. Kanoji Nai has done nothing wrong. Next to the living room is a child's room. There's a child's study desk and a red backpack on the floor. Nai isn't here. Which reminds me, Tanoji's daughter visits the workshop often, but not once have I seen his wife. He might not have a wife. You don't know his personal life. He couldn't have married Suzuha, could he? I mean, she should have been a lot older than him when they met. But, as they say, love knows no bounds. I wonder what really happened. I don't know how I'd feel if those two were married. That would make Daru Tanoji's father-in-law. Actually, that would be kind of interesting. I turn to the Buddhist altar to pay my respects to Suzuha. There's no picture of her, so there's no way to know what Hashida Suzu looked like at the age of 44. I make an offering of incense to her, then look around the house again. This is the house Suzuha lived in after leaping to 1975.
俺とすずさんは最初、いわゆるお隣さんだったんだよ。
When Suzu-san and I first met, we were neighbours. I don't think they would have been together because Suzuha knew him. She'd worked for him in the future, and that would be weird. I can't imagine her knowing him from the future and then ending up with him. I don't know. For some reason, Tanoji offers me a beer. When I decline, he shakes his head and starts drinking it himself.
俺はヨーロッパ生まれのヨーロッパ育ちでな。
I was born and raised in Europe, you know. No, I did not know.
それはギャグですか?
Is that a joke?
んだよてめえ。俺は英語もフランス語もペラペラだぞこら。
Got a problem. I'll have you know my English and French are perfect. He really doesn't look like someone who lived abroad. I don't think you can just look at someone and tell if they lived abroad or not. I don't think that's how it works. I guess you can't judge a book by its cover.
両親が死んで15年ぐらい前に日本に帰ってきたんだよ。つっても俺にとっては生まれて初めての日本だった。
My parents died about 15 years ago. That's when I came back to Japan. Or, I guess I should say I came to Japan for the first time.
この国について何にも知らねえ俺の面倒を見てくれたのが隣に一人で住んでたすずさんだったってわけだな。
Suzu-san was living alone next door. She looked after me when I had nowhere else to turn. Alright, now's my chance. If I'm gonna ask, it's now or never.
結婚を?
And you got married?
あ? 結婚?
Married?
すずさんと
To Suzu-san.
アホか。
You high? You. I knew she'd never marry a guy like him.
あの人は随分ストイックに生きてたよ。人付き合いもあまりなかったみたいだ。
She was a pretty stoic lady. Didn't have much of a social life.
けどな、俺にはよくしてくれた。
But she treated me well.
ここに越してきて1年ぐらい経った時、俺の家が火事で全焼してな。まあ、俺のタバコの不始末が原因だから自業自得なんだが。
My house burned down about 1 year after I moved here. It was my smoking that caused the fire, so I deserved it, but still.
その時に全財産なくした俺をこの家で下宿させてくれたんだ。
After I had lost everything, she let me come live here with her.
それだけじゃねえ。工房のあるあの大檜山ビルな。あれもともとすずさんの持ち物だったんだぞ。
That's not all. The Ohiyama building, where the workshop's at, that was originally Suzu-san's property.
それを格安で譲ってもらったんだ。おかげで俺はブラウン管工房を構えることができたってわけだ。
She sold it to me for cheap. It's thanks to her that Braun Tube Workshop exists.
あの人は俺の恩人だよ。
You could say she saved my
あ
life.
る時 なんだって縁もゆかりもねえのにこんなによくしてくれるんですかって聞いたことがあんだが。
Once I asked her why she treated me so well. It wasn't like we were related or anything.
あの人は笑ってこう答えたよ。
But she just smiled and said,
巡り巡って人は誰かに親身にしてもらうことになってる。だから君もいずれ誰かに親身にしてあげなさいってな。
We all depend on someone's kindness at some point in our lives. When the time comes, you pass the gift along.
なんだか不思議な人だったぜ。預言者みたいにこれから起きる出来事をピタリピタリと言い当てたりしてな。
She was kind of mysterious. She seemed to know exactly how things were going to happen, like a prophet. Suzuha. That was probably her way of repaying Tanuji for looking after her, even if it was just for 10 days. And so it came full circle.
しかし世間ってのは狭いな。あの人のことを知ってる人間がこんな近いところにいたとは。
It's a small world, huh? Never thought I'd meet someone else who knew her.
そうだ。ちょっと待ってろ。
Oh, right, wait here a sec. Tanoji goes into the child's room next door, then returns and places an object on the table. Is it the IBM 5100? Because that would be great and really helpful. Oh! It's Suzuha's divergence meter. Also handy. Before the world line changed, it was in the lab. It was also at like 0.3 something, so it's definitely changed. But on this world line, Suzuha brought the meter with her to 1975. It's been in this house for 35 years. The tubes read 0.409431%. Divergence has changed, just like Suzuha said. This proves that my magic eye, reading Steiner, does indeed allow me to perceive changes to the world line. But what does 0.409431% mean? I recall what Suzuha said.
メーターの数値が 1% を超えたとき、君はベータ世界線にたどり着いたことになる。
When the meter reads over 1%, you've made it to the beta world line. Does that mean I'm still on the alpha world line?
それ何の数字を表してるかわかるか？
Do you know what that number means?
俺にはさっぱりわからなくてな。この10年その数字からピクリとも変わりゃしねえ。
Because I sure don't. All I know is it hasn't changed a bit these 10 years.
ただ
But you know,
すずさんは病床からいつもこのメーターを眺めてた。
when Suzu-san was on her deathbed, she used to stare at that meter for hours.
上ごとのようにつぶやいてたよ。
She used to stare at that meter talking to herself.
この数字は変わる前なのかな、変わった後なのかな、私は変えられたのかな。
Is this the old number, the new number? Did it work? Did it change?
そんな風に一日に何回もな。見てて痛々しいほどだった。
Stuff like that, day in and day out. It hurt to watch. I touch the device. Suzuha. In my heart, I reach out to the girl who died 10 years ago, to the girl who will be born 7 years from now, to the girl who crossed time to save the future. Suzuha. Thanks to you, Mayuri is safe. Divergence has changed. But we haven't yet reached your ultimate goal. 1% divergence. Once that is achieved, the future you dreamed of will become a reality. I will carry on your fight, Suzuha. I promise. I'm actually going to end it there because this has been getting a bit long. So yeah, we'll leave it there. It's probably going to change scene in like 3 lines or something. But yeah, that was... It's nice to know she didn't kill herself this time around. I'm still not sure if I made the right decision or not. Some divergence has happened, but Suzuha's dead still. But Mayuri's alive. And it's the 14th, which means she survived more than previous world lines. But I don't know. I'm still not sure about the decision I made last time, but it's too late now, so we're just going to see where this goes. But yeah, I assume now we're going to start trying again to change the future even more, to get that 1%. So we'll see. But yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.